Hello everyone, Mike here, and welcome to the Game News of the Week. But first, please consider becoming a Patreon today. Check out the link in the description below to see what all the perks are here, and the latest Hero Podcast episode has just dropped, episode 2, going over the state of video games in 2024, basically how the first half of the years looked to be and how it's shaped up to be, and then talking about what we got to look forward to the rest of the year and what could be Game of the Year contenders among other nominees. So definitely very cool stuff there to talk about with my co-host Alex Masono. It is available for tier 2 and tier 3 patrons only though, so keep that in mind. It's early access to the podcast you can check out right now, so click on the link in the description below. Now let's get back to the video. So let's kick things off with some Final Fantasy 14 Dawntrail news regarding how it draws most players in over a decade despite launch issues. Now, I did do a separate video that kind of went into full detail for the most part about these issues going on, and they might have been fixed already, but basically some positive stuff I want to talk about with this expansion is, in a blog post, the director of Final Fantasy 14, Yoshi P, thanked players for their support of Dawntrail and said MMO had enjoyed its highest numbers since the game changing a Realm Reborn update was released in 2013. Now, while the exact number has not been made public yet, it is very good news that there are more players than ever in the past decade, because Dawntrail, I'm still playing it myself and really enjoying it. And Yoshi P is still planning on some more updates and adjustments here, especially to classes such as like Monk adjustments, Astrologian, Viper, and Black Mage as well. And that's just to name some of them. There's still more coming with this expansion update, so this is not the end, guys. It's going to keep getting better and better. Moving on to some sad news, unfortunately, but I got to report it and talk about it, is a freaking layoffs again happening. This time to Tales of Kenzera Zhao developer Surgent Studios being hit with layoffs. This was confirmed in a statement back on Tuesday on Twitter. And it says, unfortunately, Surgent has joined a growing number of game studios impacted by layoffs this year, with just over a dozen people affected. It's a difficult time in the games industry, but we remain incredibly proud of our entire team's work on Zhao and of the praise it has received from critics and players alike. Our focus now is on supporting those affected, continuing our work on Zhao, and looking to the future with our next creative projects. Once again, I hate stuff like this. I have been a victim being laid off a few times in the past, and that's what led me into full-time content creation. And yeah, like, it sucks. It sucks. And with this being a small studio, I mean, I still think this could have been prevented. There probably could have been some better decision making somewhere, you know, because there's other companies that have not laid off anyone and don't plan to. Miyazaki even said himself, his studio, he's not laying off anybody as long as he's in charge within his power. There's been all other smaller indie studios that have not laid off a single person, you know, and found ways around it to keep people employed. So, like I said, I mean, I'm not, you know, I don't know. It's just crazy. It just sucks. And I wish companies would find better ways to work this out, get things situated so they won't have to lay off anyone. But this is the world we live in. And it's crazy because Tales of Kenzera drew positive views when it launched back in April. And this is happening 3 months after release of the game? Wow. Wow. And it's already gone on sale recently too, I think at least a few times, or at least once it had received a deep discount, so I don't know. This is wild to me. But then next up, I got Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 news about it canceling its open beta. Now, while this could be perceived as something bad, honestly, it is for the better. So the devs of Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 will not have an open beta. As the dev team explains, they want to focus on preparing the game for its release on September 9th, and organizing a beta before that would just distract them from the goal of launching the game in the best possible shape. And honestly, that makes sense. That's understandable. I can respect that, because you definitely want to release a fully polished, fully content-filled game with very little bugs and glitches and issues, or hopefully none at all. But let's be real, every game has, you know, at least a little bit of bugs and glitches, so it's hard to release a game in these days that doesn't have any type of issues with it, at least from a technical standpoint. Space Marine 2 has become one of the most anticipated video games of the year, though, and it'll be released September 9th, as I mentioned before. It's coming to PS5, Xbox Series, XS, and PC. This is a sequel to Warhammer 40k Space Marine, originally developed by Red Lake Entertainment, and was announced back in 2021. The release date set for 2023, but Space Marine 2 was delayed last year to 2024. Honestly, I'm fine with that. I'm fine for like 1 to 3 delays tops, just to make sure you get the game right and polish right and things like that. But past that, it's like, I don't know, something's going on. We recently had a overview trailer too that went over some cooperative and multiplayer modes, gameplay, things like that, and some stuff be added on to PvP as well. So this game's looking promising. I'm looking forward to it personally. I love the Warhammer series, both Warhammer 40k and Warhammer. Digging the different type of games they're making for this franchise. Going back to some kind of sad news, and the rest of this is going to be Capcom focus for the rest of this video, but yeah, the Dino Crisis, not Dino Crisis game, Exoprimal. Well, Capcom has abandoned new Exoprimal content just a year after launch. So in case you don't know about this game, Exoprimal is Capcom's co-op dinosaur mech game. And it launched last year. It also launched on Game Pass as well to kind of help with the player base too, and to kind of have a low barrier entry. So it was Capcom's attempt to create a successful live service model game. Despite various updates and crossovers with other Capcom franchises such as Street Fighter, that attempt has not been as successful as hoped. According to SteamDB, Exoprimal had a 24-hour peak concurrent player count of just 66 on Valve's platform, with only 41 concurrent players at the time of, checking this out, basically. That's already changed by now, with this video being up or already out, I should say. Capcom said that with the release of the title Update 4, all planned Exoprimal seasonal content has been finished after Season 4, which concludes on July 11th. Season 1 will return, marking the beginning of a recycling of already released content. From there, a new season will begin on the 1st of each month. In addition, Season Passes 1, 2, 3 will be available for sale again, to allow players to obtain items from all seasons, Capcom explained. So basically, Exoprimal will be put on a Season 1 to 4 cycle going forward. Capcom insisted all online services will continue to be available, so Exoprimal will remain available to play despite the company essentially walking away from the game. All gameplay modes remain available to play, including the main Dino Survival mode, as well as in-game content such as Savage Gauntlet and Time Loop Rebellion. Playing alone or match with a few other players, boss will still be added so that you can fully enjoy the Hammerhead's story and reach the ending, Capcom added. And so this is unfortunate. I think part of the issue was maybe not so much marketing, but the fact that this was, originally thought to be possibly a new Dino Crisis game, and a lot of fans rather have a Dino Crisis, either a new entry or a remake of the first game. And there was a survey done not too long ago, essentially about that, where regarding what players want in terms of be remade next, or what franchise they would like to see come back, it's like that. And Dino Crisis won that out of everything. So I think, Capcom missed the mark here with kind of being out of touch with their fan base, at least for this game. They try to offer them something, that maybe they thought they would like for the Dino fiends out there and the Dino Crisis fans, stuff like that. But no, sorry, this was not it. And I know for me personally, I did play the betas, a couple of them, and really enjoyed them. One big issue for me was when I played the launch version, the overall mechs felt nerfed to hell compared to the beta. And that was a big issue for me. It's like, what the hell? Why did you do this? Why did you nerf pretty much every single mech from the beta? They felt great in the beta overall and balanced out, and then nope, we're just gonna nerf him now and make you grind to make him just as powerful, as the beta version. And that to me made no sense from a player standpoint. And I get you want to grind, want people to play it like that, but that also may have deterred many players as well. I know it did for me. I was like, what the heck? This does not feel like how it should from the beta overall, and the gameplay mechanics to feel these characters and mechs I'm playing as, basically. They felt very weak, and then you had to grind just to give them back to where they should have been at in the beta. No, I'm sorry, that just, no. So that's bad, Capcom. Hopefully you learn from this. But let's move on to some positive news when it comes to Capcom. So, Kunitsu Gami Path of the Gods reveals a demo which already is out in a Okami collaboration. I've already played a demo myself. Check out the live stream VOD that on my YouTube or my Twitch if you like, either one. And yeah, I really enjoy it. It's coming out very soon, literally within a couple weeks or less, on July 19th. And when it comes to the collaboration with Okami, well, Capcom unveiled a collaboration with its beloved 2006 hit Okami. Collab will include Okami-themed costumes for Kunitsugami's main character, So, and the maiden Yoshiro, as well as special weapons and music. Capcom added that if enough people work together and complete the bonus unlock campaign between the first day the demo was dropped, which was back on Monday, to July 17th, 2024, Okami collab items will be available as part of a free update for everyone who buys a copy of Kunitsu Gami Path of the Goddess when it releases on July 19th. And this game was first announced a year ago at the 2023 Xbox Game Showcase. A nice surprise out of nowhere, honestly. And I really enjoyed the demo. I recommend you at least give it a fair shot. Try it out for yourselves. It's available on PC as well as consoles with PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. See for yourself. It is, a strategy, tower defense style RPG type of game, but honestly, I found this game to be beautifully unique and weird in a good way that was really enjoyable, and I'm looking forward to playing it later this month. And then we got news of Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster release date being revealed and will run in 4K and 60 FPS in RE Engine. This was from the latest Capcom Next event as well, that also talked about the Path of the Goddess demo, which I just talked about. And then basically we had an unexpected tease of the game recently, and from the looks of it, it's crazy that this is being titled as a remaster when it looks more akin to a remake in terms of the love and effort and care they put into this. There's quality of life improvements that have been added as well to this, like the ability to move while aiming, as well as improvements to NPC behavior. Capcom has also fine-tuned the interface and added autosave functionality, and the story will be fully voiced in 9 languages. In addition to the standard edition, Capcom is planning to release a digital deluxe edition that will include additional costumes and male background music. The physical release is set for November 2024 as well. So very, very exciting stuff there, guys. And lastly, what was also confirmed by Resident Evil 7's game director is a new Resident Evil game is in the works. Now, technically, we've already kind of known about this, at least I have, for a long time now, that there were rumors, reports, etc., that a new Resident Evil game is in the works already. Resident Evil 9 is coming. I mean, honestly, it was to be expected, considering the last Resident Evil game we had was the remake of 4, so it only makes sense they stick to their pattern that they've been doing for years now, where essentially it seems like they'll come off like a new entry to Resident Evil game, then a remake, and then a new entry, and then a remake. So the news was revealed during Capcom Next Summer 2024 recently that a new Resident Evil game is coming. The game director is Koshi Nakanishi, the Japanese creator behind Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. And he says that, he confirmed it's new Resident Evil games in the works, but it was really difficult to decide what to do after Resident Evil 7, but he found it, he says. And to be honest, it feels important, well, substantial is the more specific word used in the Capcom Next Summer 2024. And he can't share any details yet, but he hopes that we are excited for this for the day that he can, basically. Now, Capcom didn't confirm this as being Resident Evil 9, so there's that weird thing. Like, if it was Resident Evil 9, I guess they would have said it. So, I don't know if this still could be treated as Resident Evil 9. I mean, they didn't exactly call Resident Evil Village Resident Evil 8. They just called Resident Evil Village, and it was a direct sequel to Resident Evil 7. So, who knows? They might pull a Resident Evil Village where they just have it be, called something, but technically it's still the 9th mainline entry. We'll have to wait and see. But that's going to do it for me when it comes to this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. If any of this has excited you, are you hyped for Dead Rising Remaster? Did you already kind of know about the new Resident Evil game being in the works? I know there's been speculation about the next remakes could be Resident Evil 0 and Code Veronica. Are you going to check out Kunitsu Gami Path of the Goddess, the demo at least, or play it on Game Pass when it's coming there? So And sad news about some layoffs, things like that. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 is coming out really soon. Hopefully get that really polished up. And are you diving into Dawntrail and are you beating it yet or close to beating it? Let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Would appreciate it very much. Subscribe if you're new. My name's Mike. Thanks for watching.